Hi. Welcome back to Pepper's Corner. Yesterday's news. Still the best signal drifting somewhere west of Blue Corridor. Still legally questionable. Still here. Yeah. Oh, I always forget the red light. Or what it's supposed to mean. Is it someone's listening? Or someone could be listening? Or it's, I don't know, decorative? Either way, love being perceived. Kinda reminds me of that time I got kidnapped for a week by people who were either secret agents or cannibals. Which, still not totally sure. Just, context clues. Anyway, so yesterday I wanted a drink. Nothing crazy. The kind of drink you get so your thoughts stop bumping into each other. Yeah, ambitious. Then Sadrina called me. She was excited. There's a cocktail bar that doesn't exist. You have to get lost to find it. Usually after 3 wrong turns and a deep sense of personal failure. I mean, okay, decent system. I didn't have a better plan. And walking usually ends in alcohol anyway, so I put on the jacket, the one with too many pockets. The I've emotionally clocked out but still want options jacket. And went out, drifted around a bit, made some random choices, took some very inappropriate turns, cried a little, not important. After a while, I found myself in this random neighborhood. Dude, I'm telling you, standard gentrification identity crisis zone. I'm sure it has a rich history of beautiful brothels and maybe a few occult summoning circles. And now it's, I don't know, probably rebranded as postmodern fucking minimalism living or something. Sometimes I think authenticity died. Anyway, I kept walking and there's this guy standing by a lamppost. Kinda off. And I'm like, okay, you're one of those. He was selling these tiny glass vials. They said time on them. Horrible packaging. Generic font. Immediate distrust. So I kept walking. And I was already a little high. Not can't function high, just gently philosophical. I wandered through alleys that felt half-remembered, kept turning corners that felt wrong in that familiar way. Then the bar appeared. Not much on the outside. Black door, a neon martini glass flickering. No sign. Sadrina was already there. She walked straight in, and I followed. Because it was getting cold, and I really needed a drink. And sometimes you just keep moving forward because stopping would mean deciding something. And deciding things can be exhausting. So, yeah. Inside was, okay, a basement that collapsed 40 years ago and stayed collapsed. Soft lighting, music that sounded like bass and emotional avoidance. Also, you could smoke inside. Very retro in a non-curated way. Cool. The bartender had too many fingers, but great wrists. You could tell she cared. She handed me my drink before I order. Twisted Negroni. Orange. Glowing. Cold in a way that felt deserved. Sadrina ordered the usual, which changes name bar to bar, but somehow tastes identical everywhere. Smoke. Something green. Engineered not to offend anyone accidentally. Very... I don't have the word. Anyway, she nudged me. Don't look. So, yeah, I looked. He was there. The pilot. The dead one. Again. You know that guy, right? The one who's at every bar permanently adjacent to your night because you don't want to talk to him, but you also can't pretend you don't know him. And he's already decided you're in his story, so you kind of accept it. Yeah, that. He's been haunting me a lot lately. Different bars, same drink. Red headache, no ice. He looks at me. You're late. Which, come on, not fair. I walked. Physically. Also, late for what? That's a loaded sentence to say to someone who already feels behind on most life metrics. I sighed, took another sip, and asked, late for what? Sadrina whispered, Pepper, don't engage. The ghost pilot just stood there, glass raised, smiling. Then, you'll know. Everything blurred. They keep rebuilding, he says, but they don't check what's underneath. For a second, I hear an engine. Far away. He starts bleeding. Slow. Through the sleeve. Onto the counter. The drops sound heavy. The bartender wipes around them. No reaction. There's probably a policy for that. Then the pilot goes, they're still counting the bodies wrong. And I'm like, bro, I just came for a drink. He nodded. So did I, originally. He looked past me like someone else had walked in. And that's when the night stopped feeling like mine. No big moment, no sound, no nothing. The end. So, if you ever find a bar that doesn't want to be found, you know, bye.